Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is May 3rd, and right now we're looking at the mid-level water vapor loop. You can see the spin in the atmosphere with this low pressure system. It's been feeding this moist, warm air aloft back over the region, bringing thunderstorm chances each day with it. We'll check out some of that potential getting west of the Cascades here coming up as we go on in through the next couple days as well. I made sure to include this longer loop so you can see that mesoscale convective system here that formed across some of western Montana, Idaho, moved into eastern Washington and southwest BC. A lot of lightning with it. Not enough shear to really be supercellular, but this thing did propagate along some of the best instability as it moved across into southwest BC. But we are going to really open up some of this activity for western Washington, Oregon, and southwest BC as we go on in through tomorrow, especially. We'll take a look at that in some detail here as well. This is looking at Seattle yesterday, 70 degrees, did have 100th of an inch, had a pretty impressive dissipating thunderstorm come off the Cascades yesterday morning. Check out my video on that if you want. Had a 63 mile per hour gust at my home yesterday morning. This is looking at those thunderstorm potential here. You can see this includes just some clipping, some of Everett in the Seattle metro here. Some of this could start to come off the Cascades a little bit, and then especially as we go on in through tomorrow. This is for Spokane, eastern Washington, Oregon, Idaho out there. You guys could see some thunderstorm activity on the next couple days as well. You can see Wednesday through Friday shown there. Now this is looking at, there's hydraulic concerns with some of the snowmelt going on and some of that thunderstorm activity out there. You can get some debris flows out there and some flooding concerns, so heads up for that. And when thunder go indoors. I know I don't do this, but do as I say, not as I do. But anyway, if you want to seek shelter from lightning, this is the way to do it. Don't retreat to certain areas. Don't stand under trees, for example. Go to a sturdy home or a building or a car with a hardtop roof there and stay there for at least 30 minutes after you last hear thunder. This is looking down towards Portland here. It does include some of the Willamette Valley as you go through today, and this goes all the way in through tomorrow morning, this graphic here anyway. This is looking at day 2. So we're talking about Thursday morning through Friday morning. It does include western Washington, portions of western Oregon here, and really all of Idaho, western Montana, eastern Oregon also. And this would include British Columbia. This is day 3 as we're going through Friday morning. You can see right now they have here. We'll see if they back this up west a little bit here as we go on in the next day or so. Now this is looking at 18,000 feet, 500 millibars. You can see this closed low over California here, and you can see the wind circulating all the way back around this low pressure system here. Put that into motion as we go through the day today and kind of see this activity fire up in some of that flow here across Oregon. This could potentially move off into western Oregon, western Washington as we go through very late tonight into Thursday morning, and we could get a couple rounds of it as well. So do not be surprised if you start to see some lightning, some thunder, and some heavy rain at times across some of the Cascades, especially in the upcoming day or two. Now we're looking at lightning flash density potential. This is last night's European run. And as we go through the day today, you can see that activity again, mainly Cascades east, but then this could be pushing off as we go towards the evening and overnight hours on in through the day today. Look at this, moving off into southwest Washington by tomorrow morning, potentially a couple rounds of it as well as we go on in through late Thursday night. And by the time we get towards Friday morning, though, it shows it should be done here west of the Cascades, but you still could get some across British Columbia here as you go through Friday afternoon. This is looking at composite reflectivity on the HRR 3KM. This is the 12Z run. It goes out about 48 hours. This is what the Doppler radar may look like as we go through the day today. And you can see some of this activity coming off the Cascades again into western Oregon, shown there. And as we go on into Thursday mornings, tries to get up into western Washington here as well. And by the time you get towards Thursday afternoon, quite a bit of precipitation ongoing across portions of Oregon, eastern Washington, as this continues to pinwheel around that low pressure center across California here as we go on into Thursday night. This is looking at lightning flash density potential according to the HRR. So put that into motion. You can see this again this evening coming off the Oregon Cascades. Watch out for that. And then as we go on into tomorrow morning, could be including western Washington here. And then you can see by Thursday afternoon, some widespread lightning potentially impacting western Washington all the way through Thursday night there before it starts to wane a bit. Now looking at Seattle, Tacoma, you can see the cool down coming. We have another trough on its way as well. So we're going to stay seasonably cool here as we go on in through the weekend, and then a gradual warm up may occur towards the end of the next week. We'll watch that as we go, but another fairly warm day today out there across the region. And this is Boise. Look at the cool down coming for them with that rival of this next trough as we go through the weekend here coming up. So definitely going to be chillier. More on that here in a moment. This is Spokane. Look at the big cool down coming Wednesday, Thursday, warm days, and potential for a big cool down as we go through this weekend and into next week. This is 24-hour precipitation total. totals. You can see that low pressure system across California there, and you can see this moving out of the southeast. This would be in the form of thunderstorms west of the Cascades, even as we go on in through Thursday. But then you get towards Friday, and you can see some of this heavy precipitation kind of showing up across areas of eastern Washington, Idaho, even eastern Oregon. Could be some flooding concerns with all this precipitation falling, with all the snowmelt going on, and we could get a downright rainy day as we go on in here through some of Friday night on into Saturday. We'll watch that closely as well. This is looking at 24-hour temperature change. This would be from Thursday to Friday. Look at eastern Washington. Some areas 30 plus degrees below where you were 24 hours prior. So definite big cool down coming between Thursday and Friday east of the Cascades. Pretty impressive. This is looking at 500 millibars, 18,000 feet. There's Alaska, Washington, California. Here's the Pacific Ocean. There's the big low pressure centered over California, keeping us with that thunderstorm chances for the next couple of days. But then you can see some more troughing continue to move down into the area, keeping us cooler than normal as we go through the extended. And then look at this big trough setting up over the Gulf of Alaska. We'll have to see if this actually comes to fruition here. But that is a pretty unusually deep low pressure center over there. So kind of an interesting look onto the extended, but take that with a grain of salt at this range. Here we're looking at 6 to 10 day temperature outlook here as through May 12th. And you can see below average signal, above average signal for precip through May 12th here across Pacific Northwest. So anyway, yeah, get ready, folks. Thursday is probably going to be fairly active here. Thursday morning, especially as it starts to come off the Cascades into western Washington, western Oregon, potentially southwest BC as well. So the thunderstorm chance is probably going to be the best during this time frame coming up. We'll look at this again tomorrow morning as well. I'm probably going to go do some storm chasing. I will bring my equipment though, and I'll continue to do briefings when I'm out on the road. I do have some time in the mornings when I wake up, and I'll be able to get those out because I love watching the weather up here and the thunderstorm action. I'm kind of sad that I might be missing this here Thursday, as I'm probably flying out tonight. So it's kind of a bitter pill to swallow. But anyway, so hope you guys are liking the channel. Click like, subscribe, tell your friends. Let's try to get the word out to as many people as possible. And we will do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.